I'm Johnny from Expert Boxing. Right now I'm going to answer like typical fan. People ask me all the time, hey Johnny, how come you didn't do more boxing competitions? How come you didn't turn pro and all that? So basically, this is my personal story. I love boxing. I love to fight. I love to spar. I love the challenge of it. I love the sport. And very clearly, I love the art of it. I really wanted to do competitions. Life. You go to one school, you go to college, and then you have a job, and then at your job you get promoted, and then they pay you and they expect you to be there after hours and such and such. You know, all the excuses, life gets in the way, you get a girlfriend, or you travel, right? And then you disappear for a couple months at a time. So it was really hard for me to just find 3-6 months to really condition. I can tell you that I don't naturally have a lot of stamina. I don't naturally have a lot of that kind of conditioning. I'm more of a sprint type athlete. So for boxing, you really got to do your like 3 to 5 mile runs every day. I didn't have time to do that. You know, between school, work, I have a really good job, a really nice job, and just personal life and social things. And I'm sure you guys know how it is. Life is busy. And then, you know, I still wanted to compete anyway. So after I went traveling, I partied in Europe, and then I came back. And they're like, hey, there's a fight, do you want it? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. Because, you know, I wanted to believe like, you know, maybe I don't have to train 24/7. I could just take the fight. And I took the fight. I lost the fight. It was a decision. I thought it was close. Like one round, I felt like I nicked it. Another round, I felt like he nicked it. And then there was another round that I felt like it was a little more clear that he won. I felt like I ran out of stamina, and you know, just also he had a lot more tricks. He had a lot more experience than me. He was also bigger as well. But he got the victory. And you know, later he won the Golden Gloves or something, so I was like, yeah, I didn't lose to nobody. But the reality is that you really have to give it 150%. This is the kind of sport, this is the kind of thing, like, you know, I didn't get hurt in the fight. It wasn't like I got a concussion or I got knocked out or anything like that. But it definitely made me realize, you know, this fight, I mean, there was a lot of things he did. It was kind of like borderline dirty stuff too. Like, you really have to give 150% of yourself in the sport of boxing. If you want to compete, you have to condition, you have to do technique work, you have to do all your training, and then you know, make weight and then showing up one day, then the next day, dealing with the nerves and all that. I love performing, I love the lights, believe me, I've done a lot of sports, I love it. They say your name, you come out, you perform, everybody cheers, everybody goes wild, and then you win. Oh, greatest feeling on earth. The reality is, boxing is like, you gotta work so freaking hard. Just have a nip and tuck fight. If you're lucky that it's even a fun fight. A lot of times you get an opponent who just run away from you or do dirty things. I had, you know, other friends in the gym as well, and I watched them, you know, and it was sad. I see guys that really sacrifice themselves, and they would go to the tournaments, and none of the guys in their weight class would want to fight them because they just look too good. They look too scary. That happened. Well, other times they would arrive and there was nobody in their weight class, and they had no choice but to fight a guy 10 pounds up, or you know. And then also I saw guys that would take the fight. It was an unfair fight, uneven fight. He knocked the other guy down. He landed more punches, and they gave the fight to the other guy. So that for me was my experience. You know, and I'm in California. I think California is highly competitive. You got everybody. You got the whites, the blacks, the Mexicans, you got the Russians, you got all these dudes from other countries coming over here trying to make a name for themselves out here, and they're taking it serious. It's their life and death, you know. If they don't win, they don't get paid. So that's the kind of vibe that's in some of these gyms. And I had other things going on in my life, you know. I want to be successful in other things too. So, you know, for me, I love the fighting of it, but I don't love the conditioning of it. I don't love the 2 hours of doing crunches, doing all this stuff that, like, come on, man. Like, it's a lot of hours of my life. I could be reading a book, watching movies and all that. And I imagine some of you are like that as well, and it's up to you. You want to chase the boxing glory, it is there for you. It's fantastic. It's one of the greatest challenges in life. But for me, I just could not find the time. Like, I could not find the place. Oh yeah, sometimes my gym closed, this gym burned down, caught on fire. You know, a lot of things happen. Ultimately, I decided, you know what, I love fighting, but I can spar. I can just spar. I can enjoy fighting. I can step in with the ring with a pro if I feel good one day. I step in with the ring with another amateur if I feel good one day, or maybe just my friend, we take it easy one day. And that's how it turned out for me. At some point in my life, I did take some hard shots where I could feel like, ooh, my brain is getting a little aged, so I had to lay off the hard sparring for a little while. And so, you know, I'm never gonna turn pro. You know, maybe if I want, you know, later on I'll do some whatever exhibition fight or whatever. But you know, to be training like as seriously as everybody else in the gym, no, that's not for me. I'm very fortunate that I got to stay close to the sport, that I have this channel. I got all the boxers around the world that want to talk to me, that want to engage, that want to be my friend. And that's great. You know, I love the sport just as much as any of you. And I know, I get in the ring, man. I know what it's like. I know the feeling, what it's like to move around, and I enjoy the sport. I'm fortunate. You know, some of you guys watch my YouTube channel, and you know, I have ads, so I make a little money off the ads. You go to my site, you click the Amazon links, and sometimes, you know, sometimes Expert Boxing has paid my bills. It's great, but do I wish that I could go back and be a professional boxer? Yes, of course, man. I had the dream just like all you guys. I thought I could be champion too. I had the talent. You know, when you go to the gym, you can see all the other guys side by side. You can see other guys, and some of them, I felt like I was more talented. I felt like I had more ability. And you know, I'm at this point where Expert Boxing is, and I watch these other guys, they're turning pro and they're winning stuff. Man, I wish that could be me. You know, other sports, I want trophies and titles and, you know, things like that. That's just the way it is, and you know, I don't feel bad about it. I'm very blessed that I get to enjoy boxing, that I'm not burned out, you know, I'm not beat up. The guys, age 25, completely beat up, destroyed, man, joints wrecked, already taken multiple concussions. So I'm still very healthy, and I'm very blessed for that. I'm blessed to have you guys, and you know, this is one way that I engage with the sport. The other way, you know, I watch the fights. I go out, watch the fights, hang out with my friends that are doing competitions, I corner for them, you know, cheer for them and all that. But you know, this is how it's been for me, and this is how I got to where I am today. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Johnny from Expert Boxing, and very grateful to be with you guys.